Hi guys, welcome. We are today going to do a little bit of an energizing morning flow, some shoulders, back bends, some heart opening poses. If you have blocks, those may come in handy, but they're not necessary. You may have other items around your house that you can use as blocks. So it could be just like some heavy books or something like that. Okay, so when you're ready, just begin. We'll find a comfortable starting position, whatever that looks like for you. And know that you don't have to start seated, and you definitely don't have to cross your legs. So if that causes any discomfort, I'd much rather you find a position that feels more comfortable for you. Maybe it's a child's pose, or maybe it's just starting in Shavasana. When you're ready, soften your eyes to a close. And wherever you are, still think about pulling your shoulders down away from your ears, right? You want to try to create that space, that length. It's like you're pushing out through the crown of the head, whichever position you're choosing. And then you can always choose to bring your hands to your knees. The palms can face up or down. It's up to you. You could bring dominant hand to the heart, your other hand to your belly. Just finding a connection back to yourself. Sitting here in the stillness. Taking a moment to do a full body scan. Start at the crown of the head and work all the way down towards the tips of the toes. See where you may be holding on to physical tension. Where can you soften? Where can you release? Can you relax? So maybe in the jaw, maybe open and close your mouth a couple times. Maybe even stick out your tongue. Maybe even take your middle finger and your ring finger and just massage right along the jawline just to make sure there's no tension there. Just keep softening, keep melting a little bit more, but sit up a little taller. Big inhale through the nose, slow exhale out the nose. And I want you to think about inhaling and exhaling through your heart space. Okay? We're going to really focus on opening the heart this morning. So inhale. And think inhale, peace. And as you exhale, send that out and think exhale, love. So inhale, peace. Exhale, love. Maybe you know someone specifically that you could send a little extra love to right now. Two more rounds of that. Just inhale, peace. Exhale, love. Last one. Go ahead and allow your eyes to softly float open. We'll take a big inhale. Just reach your arms up overhead. Just keep reaching like you're getting really long, but as you do, try to root your sits bones back down. And just bring your right hand down to the mat. Reach your left arm up overhead. Little soft bend to that right elbow. Reach. And then inhale, reach both arms up again. Get longer, but root your sits bones down. And then bring your left hand down. And reach your right arm up overhead. Soften that elbow, bend, drop the shoulder away from the ear. Okay, big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to your right. Bring your right hand behind you and your left hand to your right knee. Inhale, sit up a little taller, and as you exhale, look over your right shoulder if that feels safe in your neck. And then again, we'll put a big inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Try to sit up really tall. Try not to lean back, right? You always want to think about keeping the crown of the head stacking in line with your tailbone. Okay? Big inhale, reach the arms up. And then you can just start to slide up into hands and knees, tabletop. I'll turn sideways towards the top of my mat. So let your shoulders and your wrists stack, your knees and your hips. Take a big inhale, drop the belly as you lift the head and lift the tailbone. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, puff up in between your shoulder blades. Just flow back and forth with that, inhaling and exhaling at your own pace.
Can they be found these days?
We're going to add some little side body stretches. Just start to look over your right shoulder back towards your right hip, and then over your left shoulder back towards your left hip. Maybe sway your hips a little side to side with that as you look from side to side. Okay. And then from here, let's go ahead and move towards the back of your mat so you have more space at the top of your mat. And then I just want you to start to walk your hands forward, press the palms of the hands into the mat, and start to melt your forehead down towards the mat, okay? Keep your hips in line with your knees. Okay. You still want to keep your arms nice and active. Think kind of like downward facing dog, but the weight is in your shins, okay, and the tops of the feet. Just a little extended puppy dog pose, right? If this is causing more tension, then you can bend your elbows and relax your forearms. But try to keep them more active if you can without pain. And then from here, we're just going to start to press back up into that hands and knees tabletop position when you're ready. Go ahead, reach and extend your right arm out to the side. Inhale, reach and open up, and then you're going to bring that under your left armpit. Turn the palm to face up. Keep sliding over until your shoulder and your ear can come down onto the mat. Again, keep your hips in line with your knees. And then if it feels okay, walk your left hand forward. Extend that out. Breathe into this.
Here we are. We might be screwed.
Okay, one more big breath here. And then we'll bend back into that left elbow. Press the palm of the hand into the mat. Sweep the right arm out and up. Okay. Back to all fours. Left side. Take the left arm out to the side. Inhale, reach it up, open up, and then exhale, twist. Right? Thread the needle here on this side. Same thing. Right? And then if it feels better for you, keep your elbow bent, right? This arm can be bent. You can even keep the hand down by the face, whatever feels better for you. If your ear and your shoulder aren't coming down to the mat, you might want to stuff a blanket or a pillow under there for support.
Reach for your.
And then again, bend into your right elbow. Inhale, reach your left arm all the way back up. Exhale, come back to all fours. Walk your hands forward about 1 hand space. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Okay, you want to keep pressing the palms of the hands into the mat. Lift up into your hips. Right, use your core here. Press your shoulders away from your ears. Try not to dump. Okay.
I'm reaching for the past.
Now it might feel good to pedal out your heels, bend deeply into one knee as you press the other heel closer to the floor. It's options to try. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to lift your right leg straight back behind you. Lift as high as you can, and then I want you to start to draw circles. Take it out to the side, down and around. Too much. With straight legs, you can always bend that knee, okay? And then just switch the direction. So, and then you'll release, and then we'll switch sides. Left leg, draw great big circles. Don't worry about how big or how small your circles are. Right? Should just feel safe in your body. Can always be knees bent. Okay, switch the direction. So you want to do about 4 or 5 each direction. Okay, and then as you're ready, you're going to make your way into forward bend. Now you can walk feet to hands or hands to feet, whichever is more comfortable for you, or meet them somewhere in the middle. Tuck your chin. Think about bringing your belly towards your thighs. Maybe reach overhead, grab opposite elbows. Maybe bend deeply into one knee, straighten the other leg. Maybe you kind of sway from the hips a little side to side. And then we'll release the elbows if you're holding on to those. Inhale, take a half lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down. Big inhale, reach and rise. So just stand at the top of your mat. If you can, reach behind your back and clasp your palms together. It's optional. You don't have to do that, okay? You want to roll your shoulders back, lift your chest if you can. Lift your hands up off of your back, right? Now, again, if this is causing more physical tension, doesn't feel like it's helping, doesn't feel like it's opening, I want you to release. But if you would like to move on, little bend to the knees. Okay, lead with your heart. Bring your belly towards your thighs. Tuck your chin. Lift your hands up off of the back. Keep pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Once again. Okay, big inhale, exhale, release. Hands to the mat. You're going to step back into plank, top of a push-up. Hold plank for me for just a moment, okay? And then you're going to drop to your knees. It's plank with your knees down, though. It's not a tabletop position, okay? Push through the crown of the head. Start to bend your elbows. Think knees are down, right? Now your chin's going to come down, and then your chest will come down. And then you'll roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. So you can keep a little bend to your elbows, right? You want to think about pulling your shoulders back, push the chest forward. Keep your chin slightly tucked. You don't want to lift up. You want to feel more length in the back of the neck, okay? And then exhale, fold all the way down for me. You're going to come again right down to your belly. And then you're just going to cactus your arms out to the side. Try to keep your elbows and shoulders lined up with each other. And then press the tops of the feet into the mat. Just lift, right? And lower back down. Let's do that a couple times. Make sure you're breathing here. Okay, this next one, I want you to lift your feet too. Okay. Keep breathing. Last one. Good. Release. You can push back and take a quick child's pose if you would like, or just meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. You can take that child's pose first and then meet in down dog, or go straight to down dog. Your choice. Okay. We're going to take that right leg straight back behind you. Again, three-legged dog. Between the hands, step it up, find a lunge. Drop your left knee down. Left knee down. Right foot up at the space between the hands. Keep your knee and your ankle still stacking. Inhale, reach your arms up. Okay. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Okay. And then if you can, reach behind the back again. Clasp the palms together. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Perfect. Good. And then you're going to release the hands down to the mat. If you need to, use your blocks, right? If you have those handy. And then start to just slide your right foot forward, straighten your leg, flex your foot, pull your toes towards your face. Again, try to keep your left knee stacking under your left hip. Keep pulling the toes towards the face, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Again, try to lead with your heart. Think about bringing your belly towards your thigh. Okay. And then we'll bend back into the right knee. Okay. Curl your left toes under. Step your right foot back and go into downward facing dog. Okay. We'll lift the left leg back. Same thing. Three-legged dog. Step it up. Lunge. Okay. Lower your right knee down. Keep your left knee and ankle stacking. Okay. Keep tucking kind of in, right? Pull. Inhale, reach your arms up, but relax those away from the ears. Again, think about lifting your chest. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, right? Keep drawing and pulling your belly button to your spine. This is all optional, right? With the bind, if it doesn't feel good, you definitely don't have to do this. And then we'll release. Maybe use your blocks. Slide your left leg forward. Keep your right hip, right knee in alignment. Flex into your foot. Lift your chest. Bring your belly towards your thigh until you feel the stretch. Okay. So once you start to feel that pull in the hamstring, that's enough for you. You don't have to go any further. Really activate and engage your quadricep though when you're stretching your hamstrings. Okay, and then we'll bend back into that left knee. Okay, curl your right toes under, pick up your knee, step it straight back, downward facing dog. Okay, and then once again, we're going to make our way into forward bend at the top of the mat. Now you can still walk your feet to your hands, walk your hands back towards your feet, and then walk to the top of the mat, or you could bend your knees, look to the space between the hands, push off of the ball of the feet, and hop to the top of your mat. Okay, inhale, take a half lift. Exhale and fold. Big inhale, reach all the way up. Join your hands together. Exhale, arm to the right. Okay. So let's go ahead. If it feels safe for you, bring your big toes together. If not, you can keep your feet hip distance, which is typically no more than your 2 fist space between your big toes. Okay. So again, kind of pull your belly button in. Lift your chest. Inhale, reach your arms up if this feels okay. You can always do cactus arms, right? If the shoulders are tight. And then just start to bend into your knees. Push your hips back. Try to keep your back nice and long, right? You don't want to drop your belly forward and lift your tailbone. You want to pull in. And then, like I said, you can always do those cactus arms if that feels a little bit better for you, okay? Push your hips back. Good. Hinge at the hips. Bring your belly towards your thighs. Come into forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, we're going to step back into that plank, top of a push-up. Try to step back with the foot. It doesn't feel normal to step back with. Hold your plank. And then drop your knees. Okay, push forward. Remember, knees, chin, chest. And then we'll roll through. Find a little back bend. Shoulders back and down. Tops of the feet flat on the mat. The elbows can be bent. It's okay. Right? Okay. This time we're going to come back flat on the mat again. I want you to take your arms out to the size T shape, but then bend your elbows and rest the palms of the hands on the back of the head. Keep pulling your elbows up, right? And then, so you don't want the elbows down towards the ground, try to lift them up. And then I want you to press your pelvis into the mat, tuck your chin, and just start to lift up. Keep breathing. Keep lifting your elbows. One more breath. Perfect. Go ahead, release. Again, if you want to press back into that child's pose first, just to release those little back bends that might feel good. It's optional. We're going to meet in down dog when you're ready, but stay in a child's pose as long as you need to, okay? Once again, when you're ready, lift your right leg straight back behind you. Step it up to the space between the hands. Find a lunge. Knee and ankle are going to stack. Keep lifting your left knee. Try to lift it towards your quadricep. And then reach your arms all the way up. Okay, rise all the way up. Keep lifting that heel. Lift your back knee. Okay. And then you're just going to reach your left hand forward, sweep your right hand back as you take that twist. Maybe you can look back and see what your right hand is doing. Okay. Reach your right hand towards the back of your left thigh if you can, and then reach your left arm up. So it's like a little back bend, side bend. Okay. And then go ahead and take and bring your left hand all the way down inside your right foot. Use your block here if you need to, or whatever you're using for a block. And then reach your right arm forward, bicep by the ear, but then start to rotate open. Turn your palm to face towards the right. Turn your chest towards the right. Keep lifting your left hip. And then we'll release. Bring your right hand down. Okay, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left. And then you can just lift your hips, find downward facing dog. If you want to add a vinyasa in there, you can. When you're ready, lift your left. Step it up, lunge. You're going to let the knee and the ankle stack. Inhale. Okay. Keep lifting that back heel. Keep lifting your kneecap. Good. Okay, we're going to reach the right arm forward, the left hand back. Twist. Try to twist from your belly button. Maybe look back, see what your left hand is doing. And then if you can, take the left hand to the back of the right thigh, reach your right arm up. Then we'll reach. We're gonna bring that right hand all the way down to the inside of the left foot, maybe a block, okay? Reach your left arm forward and then rotate open. Keep lifting that right hip. Good. And then release. Both hands to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Again, option to flow if you want. Find down dog when you're ready. Do one more breath here. And then we'll make our way into forward bend at the top of the mat. Again, you can walk, step, or hop. Inhale with that half lift. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Join your hands together. Exhale, lower them to the earth. Good. Okay, so again, you can do big toes together or feet hip distance. If you haven't tried one or the other, try the opposite, just so you can see what it feels like for you, okay? And then when you're ready from here, little bend to the knees, lift the chest, lift the pelvis. Inhale, reach the arms up, or take those cactus arms, whatever's feeling best for you and your shoulders today. Push your hips back. Good. Now reach your arms forward. Try to keep the biceps by the ears. Push your hips back. Try to bring your chest parallel to the floor. Sweep your arms back, palms down. And then maybe lift up onto your tiptoes. Just test your balance a little. It might only just be a quick pop-up. And then your heels might fall. That's okay. And then if you want to keep testing that balance, carefully, start to fold. Straighten out your legs. And then we'll lower the hands to the mat. If they reach, lower the heels to the mat. Maybe reach overhead, grab opposite elbows, but put the elbow in front. That doesn't feel natural to be in front. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, let's step back. Plank, top of a push-up. Let's one more time, move through that vinyasa. So you can do it with knees down, right? Knees, chin, chest. Inhale, pull through, little back bend, right? Maybe you're getting a little more open. You're getting a little bit more of a lift. Just try not to let it look like this, but here, right? Shoulders back, chest forward. Yeah. And then we'll lower all the way down. Okay. And then I want you to reach behind the back one more time. Clasp those palms together. Pull the hands towards the feet. Pull the knuckles towards the feet. Tuck your chin. Press your pelvis down. Float your feet up. Float your hands up off your back. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Hold the pose, not your breath. Good. Last one. And release. We're going to press back into that child's pose just real quick. Goes on trips for the scenery. And then walk your hands back towards your knees, okay? And then press all the way up to kneeling, okay? So this is where blocks can come in handy too. You'll take those blocks back by your ankles at the highest height, okay? I'm not going to put the block on this side just yet because I want you to see what I'm going to do with my feet. So you have the option of curling your toes under. Some people prefer that, right? So your heels are kind of lifted. It's optional. You decide how that feels, right, for your knees and your hips, okay? So options, either tops of the feet or toes curled under, okay? And then push your hips forward, right? So think about eye of the hip bone staying in line with your knee. Again, you're going to lift your chest as you roll your shoulders back. Now take your hands behind you. Imagine you're sticking those in your imaginary pants pockets, okay? Squeeze the elbows together, lift the chest, right? Push the hips forward. And then if you have it available, you'll grab those blocks and bring your hands down to the blocks, right? That's an option. Or you'll reach back for your heels. Keep pushing your hips forward. Here, one more breath here. There shouldn't be pain associated with this. And then as you're ready, hands come back to those pants pockets. Keep your chin tucked. Rise right back up. You're just going to sit right back onto your heels for just a moment, just to let your spine reset from that camel pose. And then you'll bring your big toes together. Take your knees a little wider, walk your hands out in front of you for child's pose. Try to keep rooting your tailbone down. Try to melt your forehead to the mat, but don't force it, right? You can always stack your forearms and rest your forehead there. As he sows his seeds in the greenery. Okay. When you're ready, walk your hands back towards your knees. Press up to seated. Swing your legs around to the front. Shift, pull the fleshy parts out from the sits bones. Lift your chest, shoulders back, flex your feet. And again, think about bringing your belly towards your thigh. Reaching, if you want, peace fingers to your big toes. Or maybe you reach for the outside edge of your feet. Maybe your hands are only at your ankles or your shins. That's totally fine. Again, shoulders are still down. Keep breathing. Remember to think about belly to the thigh, not nose to the toes or to your knees or to your shins. Right? You want length in your spine. Pass it, and I'll be on my way. Okay. Next inhale, rise back up. I want you to start to bend into your knees so your feet are flat on the mat. Shift, pull the fleshy parts out from the sits bones. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Now you can grab and hold on to the backs of your thighs. Just make sure your shoulders don't roll forward for that, right? You want to pull your shoulders back. And then you're going to start to pick your feet up off of the mat. Let them balance, right? Okay, so you're just balancing on your sits bones. You can always bring your hands behind you for support. Maybe you start to reach your arms out in front of you. Maybe you choose to straighten into your legs, right? That's an option. You definitely don't have to. Make sure you can breathe easy. Make sure you're not dumping into your low back. Shoulders back, chest lifts. Give one more breath here. And then I want you to slowly try to do it on a 5 count, right? 4, 3, I'm not counting right, 2, 1, hold, reach your arms, and release. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, point your toes, get a full body stretch. Pull your knees to your chest. A little gentle rock side to side or forward and back, right? Tucking the chin, rocking up and down on the spine if that feels good. And then we'll bring the feet to the mat. Line the heels up with the sits bones. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms facing down. Okay. We're going to bring the hands down by the sides, palms facing down. Inhale, lift your hips, your low back, your middle back, your upper back. Lift all the way up. You might be able to grab your heels or your ankles. You might just want to reach your fingers under your mat. Push your thumbs and pull. And keep lengthening out the back of the neck. Give me one more breath here. And then we'll just start to release. Lower down. Okay? Maybe knees come into the chest. Maybe you keep your feet on the mat, rock a little side to side. So we're going to do it again. Okay, a couple more times. A couple different options. So again, you're going to bring those heels toward your sits bones, hands down by the sides. Inhale, lift your hips, your low back, your middle back, your upper back. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades under this time. Clasp your palms together. Try to pull your fingers, right, your knuckles towards your heels. Make sure you can breathe here. Give me one more big breath. Inhale, exhale, and release. Maybe again, it's knees to the chest, and a little rock side to side. Okay, if your shoulders feel open enough, you can take that full variation of wheel, right, or Urdhva So you would just bring your hands behind you. So the palms are flat on the mat, right? So fingertips are towards your shoulders.
Okay? And then when you start to push up, you're just going to come up to the crown of the head first and then start to straighten into your arms and lift your chest. Now, if this variation is not available for you today, no problem. Right? You can do one of the others. You can totally skip it. You can do a supported bridge using a block if you have it. Slowly lower down, same way to the top of the head first, and then lower all the way down and out. You're going to extend your left leg out the length of the mat and hug your right knee into your chest. So think about finding length in your spine here. And kind of tuck, again, belly button in, tailbone down. All right. And then you can release your right leg, extend that out, pull your left knee in. Shoulders back and down, just trying to find length in your spine. Just trying to return that spine to neutral after back bending. Okay. And then this time, you're going to bend both knees, but open the feet as wide as the mat. Okay? Bring your arms out to your sides in a T shape, palms face up. And you're just going to windshield wiper your legs a little side to side. Drop them to the right, drop them to the left. Now you can take your gaze in the opposite direction of where the knees are going if that feels safe in your neck. Go at your own pace. Take your time. Maybe hold if one side needs a little bit more. Okay, next time the knees go to the right, let's all hold. Okay, gaze to the left if that's okay. And if you want to intensify the stretch for the left side, you would bring your right ankle and just hook it outside of your left knee. Now again, if this causes more tension or you're struggling to breathe, right, then you want to back out. So we definitely want to find yoga as a space of creating more space, right? A practice of creating more space, not where we feel more tense when we're done. Okay. When you're ready, release your right foot, lift both knees up, drop the knees to the left, turn the gaze to the right. And then again, you have that option of hooking your left ankle to the outside of your right knee. So it's a different side. It might be a different sensation. Maybe it feels better. Maybe it feels worse. There's no right or wrong. Just because you did it on one side, you don't have to do it on the other side. You definitely want to move towards feeling good. All right, and then when you're ready, once again, bring your gaze back to center, release your left foot, lift your knees up. Okay, let your knees fall in and touch. Begin to soften your eyes to a close. Try to find a neutral spine. Now you're welcome to stay here with your knees bent and touching, especially if that feels really good on your low back. Right, we did those back bends. So definitely make sure you're giving your low back some love today. Another option is if you have a bolster or pillows, blankets you can stack up, you can bring those under the backs of the thighs. Or I'll show you real quick. I really love this with the blocks, is you just kind of bring them just below your seat. You want to keep your feet open a little wide, but this also helps with that low back tension that a lot of us have from just not having good posture. Right, if we kind of tend to lift, right? So this kind of helps with that. A lot of people I know lying in Shavasana does not feel comfortable. So this helps. It's an option to try. So when you're ready, just bring your hands out to the sides. Palms can face up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Soften your eyes to a close. Again, make sure there's no tension in the jaw. You can always take those, right, the ring finger and the middle finger and just massage. Maybe open and close the mouth a couple times. Make sure you're not squeezing your eyes shut, but just kind of softening them. Shoulders down away from the ears. Just totally relax, right? No tension anywhere. Again, come back to that inhale, peace. Exhale, love.
rush
Maybe you're sending that love to someone you know could use a little extra love right now.
darkness has its teachings. Love is never leaving. You can't rush your healing. Your healing. Mama, well, she told me time is such a wonderful gift. You're not running out, you're really running in. Confusion clouds the heart, but it also points the way. Quiet down the mind, the more the song will play. So you can't rush your healing. Darkness has its teaching. Love is never leaving. You can't rush your healing. Your healing. Your healing.
When you feel ready to bring movement back into the body, you can just start small, maybe just brushing your thumb to your fingertips, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes, or circling your ankles and your wrist. Maybe shift your head slightly from side to side. You can extend your arms overhead, point your toes, get a full body stretch. Get your first stretch of the day. As you exhale, pull your knees to your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Maybe rock a little side to side or forward and back. When you're ready, go ahead and just roll over to your side. Tuck your arm under your head for support. Pause here for just a moment. And with an inhale, press yourself back up to seated. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can, or maybe just return them back to closed or a soft gaze to the floor. Once you come up into that seated position, just bring your hands to your knees, palms facing down for a little grounding. Just coming back to the present moment. And then we'll bring our hands together at heart center. Tuck your chin, bow your head. Allow your eyes to softly float open. The light in me falls to the light in you. Namaste.